Welcome to the Warbird Mistress. This is London Calling. Good evening. Today is the 25th of July, 1940, Thursday, and this is the news of the day. Last night saw Herr Hitler keeping busy in the Firth of Forth and Thames estuary with heavy mining activity, and over Bristol and the Channel, reconnaissance flights were abuzz. The skies were then quiet until noon when 3 JG-52 launched a fighter sweep over the Dover Straits. The large formation was easily spotted and Spitfires were scrambled from 65 Squadron. The engagement ended in a near draw as the Bf-109s headed back to France short one of their number that was damaged and crashed into the Channel, killing Oberleutnant Willy Bellefield of JG-52. 3/4 of an hour later, an even greater engagement occurred near Dover. Over 40 Bf-109s were engaged by a full 20 Hurricanes from 32 and 615 squadrons. While the fighters danced their deadly ballet, the Hurricanes withdrew, one of their number suffering significant damage. Aiming for convoy Peewit, the fighters' charges then appeared. 3 score U-87s from 2 STG-1 and 4 LG-1. At the same time, 9 Spitfires rose from 54 Squadron to engage them, but they quickly lost 2 of their number and were driven off by the Bf-109s. 1 Spitfire was lost to Waldseeblume, and another to Urberschkens, both of JG-26. Convoy Peewit, already hard struck, was not to be forgotten by the Luftwaffe. At 14:30, only an hour and a half after the last engagement, another enormous cloud of Germans appeared. A full 50 Bf-109s kept watch over 30 Junkers 88s from 3 KG-4. This time, however, the Luftwaffe was less lucky. Spitfires of 64 and 610 squadrons, together with No. 111 Squadron's Hurricanes, engaged the fight, for once of the day being closer to an equal match. Losing 2 Spitfires to Oberleutnant Karl Otto Decker of JG-52 and to Lieutenant Ernst Oskar Hans Lessig, respectively, and another 2 suffering damage, the RAF managed to take down but 1 Bf-109. Already ravaged, Peewit would see the last attack at 17:15 hours when more Stukas dove on her weary cruise off Folkestone. The bombers of 2 LG-1 and 3 STG-1 sunk 5 ships and damaged 4 in this wave, despite the effective interception by the tired Spitfires of 54, 64, and 610 squadrons, and Hurricanes of 56 Squadron rising once more to meet the Hun. 2 Stukas and 2 Bf-109s were lost, and 2 Spitfires were lost to Lieutenant Gerhard Müller-Düher of JG-26 and Unteroffizier Paul Obst of JG-51. Naval action was intense, as not only was the Luftwaffe active, but so were the Schnellboote of the Kriegsmarine, the dreaded E-boats. Convoy Peewit lost 11 of the 21 vessels with which she had begun the day. Another 7 were damaged. Also suffering damage were HMS Boreas and HMS Brilliant, the 2 destroyers and 4th from Dover to engage the German torpedo boats. Total German losses for the day included 19 pilots and aircrew and 19 aircraft. 7 more airmen and pilots were taken prisoner. British operational losses totaled 9 aircraft. 2 Blenheims were also destroyed, one off Cherbourg and another off Portland. In total, 30 aircraft were damaged or lost today, when one includes forced landings, belly landings, and training accidents. Where the Battle of Britain itself is concerned, 7 pilots are counted among the lost. No. 64 Squadron lost 2 pilots and Spitfires today. Flying Officer Alastair John Oswald Geoffrey of Edinburgh, born in India, was lost at sea in Spitfire P9451 in the fight over Dover. He is to be gazetted at the DFC in August. Royal Navy Volunteer Reserve Sub-Lieutenant Francis Dawson Paul of London, and son of Joseph Dawson Paul, director of Bolton and Paul Engineering, were shot down over Dover. Seconded to the RAF, the Harrow man and pilot of great experience had been shot down by a Bf-109, and though he survived his jump for the stricken craft and was rescued and taken prisoner by a German Schnellboot, he will die 5 days from today due to his injuries. He had 1 shared DO-17, 1 probable Bf-110, and confirmed record of 2 Bf-109s, 4 Bf-110s, and a DO-17 to his credit. No. 54 Squadron also lost 2 Spits and 2 pilots. Flight Lieutenant Basil Hugh Way, better known as Wonky Way, of Hinton, St. George, Somerset, was lost when he was shot down by a Bf-109 flying Spitfire R-6707. A graduate of Cranwell, where he was awarded the Groves Memorial Prize for Best All-Around Pilot of his class. He had a shared HE-111, 2 probable Bf-110s, 2 probable Bf-109s, a claimed 109, and 1 confirmed 109 to his credit, the last of which was in combat today. His body washed ashore this evening at Oost-Dunkirk, Belgium. Flying Spitfire R-6816 was Archibald Finnie, born in Lugton and likely of Kilmarnock, Ayrshire. An enlistee in the RNVR in 1938, he answered the call September last and received the King's Commission on 11 May of this year. Having only joined 54 Squadron on the 8th of this month, he was shot down by Bf-109s. Likely killed in the air, his mount crashed at Knight's Bottom, Kingsdown, Dover. Number 610 Squadron lost their commander today when Squadron Leader Andrew Thomas Smith of Frodsham, Cheshire, was killed following air combat over Dover. His Spitfire R-6693 had sustained serious damage and stalled on landing approach, crashing and killing Smith instantly. A member of the squadron since 1936, when he first joined the Auxiliary Air Force, he was called up on 24 August 1939 and took acting command of the squadron on 29 May. Number 234 Squadron's Pilot Officer Geoffrey Kenneth Gout of Eton, Buckinghamshire, was flying a night patrol last night over Plymouth when he encountered unknown issues, causing Spitfire P-9493 to crash outside Port Owen, killing him on impact. As his fuel tank was nearly empty, it may have been a matter of navigational error causing Gout to run out of fuel while attempting to find the airbase at Saint-Ival, 15 miles from his crash site. Finally, Pilot Officer Charles Alec Bird of Adel, Yorkshire, was serving with the 4th Ferry Pilot Pool and was killed when he crash-landed in Hurricane P-3271. According to the Air Ministry archives, enemy action was a factor in his loss, and he is therefore included here. And that was the events of Thursday, 25th July, 1940. Thank you, and good night. Thank you for tuning in to the Warbird Mistress. This is London Calling, a day-by-day detail of the Battle of Britain, and I hope that you subscribe, watch the playlist for new editions, and do check out other offerings on this channel. Subscriptions through Patreon and YouTube are more than welcome to keep this channel going. Thank you and take care.